Hi, everyone. Welcome to Psych 188, Developmental Psychology. My name is Paul Priester. You can call me Dr. Paul. I'm really excited about teaching you in this class. It's an interesting class. It's a good class. The metaphor I'm gonna use all semester long is we're going on a train ride. Okay, we're gonna go on a train ride from conception to death. Along the way, that train's going to stop at birth, conception, birth, early childhood, middle childhood, late childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, middle adulthood, late adulthood, death. Okay? It really helps to think of it in terms, believe it or not, it's just not some cute little thing I came up with. It really helps to think of it in terms of there's these discrete parts of the human lifespan that we're going to learn about here. Okay, what I do, I really like. I'm a counseling psychologist by training. I have a PhD in counseling psychology from Loyola University. I have a master's degree in rehabilitation counseling from University of Iowa. So I'm a counseling psychologist. Some of the areas of specialization that I have are preventing and treating addictions, and also integrating spirituality into the counseling process. So I'm not a developmental psychologist. I have good friends that spend their whole career as developmental psychologists doing exactly the research we're going to read about. But I think in some ways I'm better that I'm not a developmental psychologist, because I'm always looking at the real world applications of what we learn. So even though I'm not a developmental psychologist, I've taught developmental psychology for over 20 years now. I really enjoy it. What I try to do is stay right on top of the research to see what's changing as we go. What does research say about all these different train stops along the way in the human life? This class has something for everyone, right? If you're a human, which I hope you are, and many of you are, maybe you fit into the early adulthood phase. Maybe you're a non-traditional student. Everybody's a non-traditional student at this point. I'm taking a class at MATC today. I'm a student. So I don't know if that non-traditional matters anymore. Maybe you're a little bit older. Maybe you're middle adulthood. Maybe you're later adulthood. Or you have parents a lot of you may have children. So hopefully you'll learn something about what your children are going through, what your parents are going through, what your grandparents are going through. There's something in this for everyone. Also, this is, I like to think that no matter what job you're doing, you're going to learn something from this class that will help you do your job better. I really feel that. Okay, so let me take a little bit of time. I taught this class, like I said, over 20 years. Spent a lot of time trying different things with teaching online, what works, what doesn't work. Experimented, gathered data, looked at it. The strategy I've come up with, I have a goal here. My goal is for each of you to get an A. If you do what I say, there's no reason why you can't get an A. My goal is also, more importantly than that, is for you to learn something about developmental psychology and what psychology research has to say about understanding that human lifespan, that train ride we're all on. Okay, I've experimented a lot, and the strategy I've come up with works. I'll tell you right now, I'm a real hard ass about deadlines. I'll tell you that right now. We have the whole semester. I just taught this class over the summer, and had to do all of it in 8 weeks. We have double that time. It's really hard to get this done in 8 weeks. We have double that time. We cover a lot of material, though. So what I'll do is I'll have these firm deadlines. For each of the train stops, we have a different deadline. Some at the beginning, there's a lot more material to cover. I feel it's a little bit more important. We'll have 2 weeks. But whatever the deadline for that train stop will be on the Sunday. It'll be all on the syllabus. You'll see I'll have a schedule and the syllabus. It'll all be right there. Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Each train stop that we have along the way, childhood, middle middle childhood, early childhood, there will be 2 assignments due. There is a discussion question and a quiz. The quizzes, and sometimes what I've done, I know that this, got a fly buzzing on my camera and it's driving me nuts and I can't catch the fly. It's driving me crazy. So if you see a blurry thing, it's the fly taunting me. It's driving me nuts sometimes. Anyway, the quiz, some of them I've broken up. Most of them have 20 questions. I've broken them up though. Okay, so some chapters have a lot of material, and to make it easier, I broke it up into 2 quizzes. It's still together they count all the same amount. Just be aware of that. So like there's one chapter, one train stop where and each train stop lines up with a chapter in the book. We have 10 chapters in the book. There's one where I broke it up into 3 quizzes, 3 smaller quizzes. Okay, know that. Because sometimes I have students say, well, I did the quiz for this chapter. No, you did the first of 3. It'll say clearly in there, okay? Quiz 1 of 3, quiz 2 of 3, quiz 3 of 3. I do that to make it a little bit more manageable. So when the deadline, let's say for chapter 1, so our first deadline is August 24th at 11:59 p.m. Because it's the first chapter. I don't know why they do this. They throw everything at you the first chapter. I think in some ways it's the hardest and the easiest. Like, why are they throwing material that we're going to spend the rest of the semester learning? Anyway, that is the first chapter 1 is due at the end of week 1, August 24th, 11:59 p.m. The quizzes are open book and open syllabus. I have some of the question items that ask questions about the syllabus on the first quiz. Open book. Use your book. Open it up. Look up where the question is. I know that everybody's using artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. That will screw you up to use ChatGPT to try to answer some of these questions, because sometimes it doesn't get the context. And I know, because some of the discussion questions, some of you will use ChatGPT and it'll give a different answer than what our textbook says. And you'll get it wrong, okay? Please use your textbook. So the quizzes, open textbook, use them, look through it, find the answer. Each quiz you get 3 tries, okay? 3 separate tries. They're timed. If you have any accommodations and you need me to expand the time, please let me know as soon as possible so I can change that. They're timed. Look at the time for each of them. And you get 3 tries and your highest score counts. Now here's the thing about that 11:59 deadline. That means at 11:59 it closes down. I can't tell you how many times I have students say, I started the quiz at 11:59 and then it wouldn't let me, then it shut me out. No, it's 11:59 is when the quiz has to be done by, and there's nothing I can change on that. And now here's again why I'm such a hard ass about this. I've done this a bunch of different ways. I thought I'm going to respect students and their schedules and let them have the whole semester and just have everything due at the end of the semester and suggest they keep up with the current schedule. The last time I did that, half the students failed, okay, because they're like me, right? I'm setting this class up like me. I am the type of person that puts things off until the deadline. So we have artificially created deadlines that are strict, though. They're strict. And I'm saying this, and I know full well that many students will say, my cat got sick, my car broke down, maybe something more serious than that, my child's sick, whatever. Okay, I know that life happens and that stuff happens, okay? So that for that very reason, what I will do, we have 10 quizzes and 10 discussion questions. At the end of the semester, I will look at what's your lowest quiz or discussion question and remove it from the grade. So you get one that's removed. So like if stuff happens and you don't do the quiz one week, or you do poorly because you're really busy with stuff, that's okay. I know life happens. Life happens like that. I will do that at the end, okay? And I know full well people are going to ask me, can I have an extension? And I'm going to say no. Last semester I had someone say, I work on Sunday nights and it was hard for me to get it done. Dude, you have some of these, you have 2 weeks to get it done. That's not a valid rate. There's no extensions. If you work on Sunday evening, then I suggest you start the quiz before Sunday evening, okay? Like I said, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help a student like me succeed, to learn something, successfully finish this class, and there's no reason why you can't get a really good grade. It's all within your control. It's open book. 3 tries, highest score counts, okay? And I'll say it one more time. There's no exceptions to the deadlines. And we have a whole semester to cover this material. It's a lot of material, but we can do it. Just stay current. Now, let me give a little advice, okay? Let's say, hypothetically, I got a lot going on in my life. And got a lot going on in my life. And I can't do the quiz and discussion question this week. The quizzes count for a lot more than the discussion questions. Significantly more of your grade. Look at the percentages, okay? So keep that in mind. You have to choose. All right, so the biggest thing is that our first deadline is August 24th at 11:59 p.m. All right, here's what I'm a little worried about, just so you know. I do a lot of research in psychology of religion. I'm going to my favorite conference, my favorite organization, International Association for Psychology of Religion, in Birmingham, England. I'm leaving in 2 days. I will be gone during this first week of classes. I'll come back the 28th, August 28th. What I'm really worried about is that 2-stage verification with me being in England. So I'm going to do my best. I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping the 2-stage verification works when I'm in England, so I can sign on to email. If I can't, I'm going to talk to IT at MATC today. Just so you know, that, okay? Now, I always respond to emails within 24 hours or messages on Blackboard, of course, within 24 hours of getting them. I'm just a little worried about this first week, given that I'll be in London. I will be checking email if I can get on, and if I can get on Blackboard. Like I said, I'm going to work on this. I always think about the worst case scenario and try to plan for it, okay? So just so you know, I'm going to try to come up with a solution. The worst case, it could very well be that I can't get email for the next 10 days until the 28th when I'm back. We'll see. I'll call IT, and like I said, I'm just letting you know. Maybe it won't be a problem. Maybe I'm panicking for nothing, just so you don't know, so you don't freak out. So I will respond within 24 hours of reading your email or getting your message on Blackboard. I'm usually pretty good about that. I also I'll have a video for each train stop. I'll have some videos of other people and videos of me explaining it in my terms, sometimes I use jokes or tell a story to take all that scientific knowledge and try to bring it down into the real world, okay? I just warn you right now, okay? I have some videos that I made that I really liked, and then we changed the textbook. Lucky for you, because we changed it to a free textbook. Now you have a free textbook. Don't get concerned about the chapter numbers in some of the videos. If I say the wrong chapter number, what we're more concerned about is what train stop are we at? We're at adolescence, okay? Why did Dr. Paul say chapter 10 and 11 for adolescence when in our book it's chapter 6, okay? It's because I made a video that I think is a pretty good video that I'd like to use again, and we've just switched to a new textbook, okay? So when you're watching those videos made by me, if there's anything that talks about dates or chapter numbers, just cut me a little slack, okay? I think the videos will help you. I'll have videos by me explaining the information, and I'll have some videos of other people explaining the information. I'm trying to go through and make sure all the other videos are good and readily available. I usually get everything graded within 24 hours of when it's due. This first week might be a little hard, okay? The first discussion question is introduce yourself, say what you're studying, say something interesting about yourself, just or what you like to do for fun, any pets, just something like that, okay? Like I said, I don't know about this week, but usually I have them graded within 24 hours of the deadline. So this first week we have the deadline. Be good practice, right? You have that deadline of August 24th. Everything has to be the discussion question. Come on, everybody can do the introducing yourself, right? How long does that take for the discussion and the quiz? 11:59, August 24th. Then we'll have a period of weeks, 5 weeks in a row. We'll have 2 weeks because it's a lot of material. It's a lot to soak in. We'll have the deadline, like for chapter 2, the deadline won't be till September 7th. Okay, you'll have 2 weeks to soak in everything about pregnancy and genetics and stuff like that and birth. Okay, so I will have usually each train stop, I will have a video like this talking about what's going on at this train stop, and then I'll usually have one of content, like talking a little bit about the content and explaining it in simple, straightforward terms. All right. Okay, just so you know also, I don't know if I'm like preaching to the choir. If you're watching this and you've gotten 16 and a half minutes into it, you're probably not this person. But MATC has been very strict with dropping enrollment of people who have not attended the class in the first 2 weeks. You're here, just so you know. They're also having a lot of problem with fraud, with people signing up fake students. They're not really the students to try to get the students money. So if they contact you, respond, okay? So I had a student last summer that didn't respond to their request for like, are you a real student? And then they dropped her. So anyway, I don't know, that's just bigger issue stuff. All right, so I hope that, once again, if the worst case scenario happens and I can't get on Blackboard and I can't get it in my email when I'm in England, just bear with me. I'll be, the minute that I get back on the 28th, I will respond to everything. Maybe that won't be the case, but I just don't want you to think I'm neglecting you or not responding. Okay? All right, it's going to be fun. It's interesting class. It's interesting material. We'll learn a lot. Each time I teach us, I learn more, believe it or not. There's a lot to learn about this train ride of this human life that we have. And any questions, let me know. Like I said, most of the time I respond right away. I teach part-time at MATC. Okay, my day job, my full-time job is being a professor at Northern Illinois University, and I run a training grant down there for addictions counseling. And once in a while I have things where we run a retreat on the weekend. And then it might be a little hard for me to get back to you right away. But for the most part, 24 hours with me having read the email, but you realize sometimes that could be a day or two from when you sent the email till I read it. Pretty responsive though. All right, I'm really looking forward to this. We can learn some stuff and we can have some fun along the way. And any questions, let me know. Of course, there's always hiccups with Blackboard. If you help me, if you see anything wrong with the Blackboard, a video not working or something, please let me know right away. I appreciate that. I appreciate it when students help me. And there's always glitches. There's always glitches, right? Okay, well, listen, it's nice to meet you. We'll have, like I said, we'll have some fun with this. We'll learn something, and there's no reason why you all can't end this semester with an A, okay? All right. Take care and enjoy the train ride, right? Enjoy the train ride. Buckle your seatbelt on the train ride too. We'll cover a lot, but we'll learn a lot. It's not too brutal of a schedule for a 16-week. You can do this. Even if you're not good with tests, you can do this, okay? Because you got 3 different tries to take the quiz, and you can use your free textbook to answer the questions. All right? Take care. We'll be in touch.